have another minute.
I didn't see it till just now, but I had already pushed the button.
It's time to break out the gloves. I have one here already. I know you're doing it.
It's really not cold.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Ed Smyth, the Huntington Town Supervisor. Thank you all for coming out today. Today we are here to launch the Town of Huntington's campaign against drunk and distracted driving. According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, every day about 37 people in the United States die from drunk driving related crashes. That's one person every 39 minutes. Before I go any further, let me acknowledge some guests and elected officials who are with us today to support this campaign. My colleagues in the town of Huntington on the town board, Sal Ferro, Dr. Dave Bernardo, Teresa Mari, and Brooke Lupinacci. Also, our tax receiver, Jillian Guthman, and Andrew Rea. Inspector Steve Rohde from the 2nd Precinct. From Mothers Against Drunk Driving, the Regional Director, Paige Carbone. One of our guest speakers today, Lynn Pallmeyer. And of course, my event co-sponsor today, Highway Superintendent Andre Sorrentino, who we'll hear from in a few moments. And in addition, I would like to have a special recognition for Barry Sachs, the Director of Huntington Drug and Alcohol Task Force. Thank you. Every year, tens of thousands of people die in alcohol-impaired driving accidents. These deaths are all preventable. Something else that exacerbates these statistics is distracted driving. Distracted driving is an activity that takes your attention away from driving and the roadway. Texting is the most alarming distraction. Sending or reading a text message takes your eyes off the roads for about 5 seconds, and at 55 miles an hour, it's like driving the length of an entire football field. You cannot drive safely unless the task of driving has your full attention. Any non-driving activity you engage in is a potential distraction and increases your risk of crashing, causing injury to not only yourself and your passengers, but to drivers and pedestrians alike. These tragedies and deaths and near-death stories are statistics, something that my colleague and friend Andre Sorrentino knows all too well. He works tirelessly all year long with his team to make sure that we are traveling on the best roads possible, that the roads are safe and clear. The highway department team under Andre's leadership regularly jumps into action when the going gets tough, and always willing to lend a helping hand. It is a little known fact that I share with you, but Andre was a survivor of 3 accidents involving a drunk driver. Being the victim of a drunk driver once is more than anyone should ever have to bear, but 3 times is nothing short of incredible. From his work and leadership in the town to the Sorrentino Family Foundation's work in feeding the hungry and those less fortunate, which we saw yesterday at its turkey drive, Andre is one of the leading members of our community. Andre's compassion and commitment to making people's lives better is unprecedented. And this time I would like to call on Andre Sorrentino to say a few words.
Thank you. I just have one message. Just be safe. Don't text and drive. It means a lot to me to even be here. Thank everybody for being here, and I'm just going to let you know that I am all about safety, and just please don't drink and drive. It's not worth it. Thank you.
Thank you, Andre. I consider myself fortunate to be able to stand here and tell you not to drink and drive. I think I'm lucky to be able to say that. Please put the phone down, pay attention to what you're doing, and I'm lucky to stand here and say don't be reckless. The numbers don't lie. Don't think it can't happen to you. At this time, I would like to call up another colleague of mine from the town board, Sal Farrow, to say a few words.
I'm grateful to stand with all of you today, but I wish deeply that press conferences like this were never needed. Drunk driving, as Ed said before, drunk driving is a statistic. Well, it's just not a statistic. It's not a headline or a number on a chart. For me, it's a heartbreak. It's a loss. It's something my family will carry for the rest of our lives. My father was killed by a drunk driver. In one careless, reckless moment, a beautiful life was taken, and the lives of everyone who loved him were forever changed. So when we talk about prevention, enforcement, education, it's not an abstract. This is personal. And I know that far too many families across our community, it's personal to them too. We have incredible partners here today. Our law enforcement, professionals who work tirelessly to keep our roads safe, our highway department that improves and maintains the infrastructure that we rely on, our town leadership committed to awareness, and MADD, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, which has been a beacon of support and advocacy for families like mine. Together, we are sending a clear message. Drunk driving, distracted driving is 100% preventable, and we cannot and will not tolerate it. As the holiday season approaches, I want to speak directly to our residents. Please make the right choice. Think about not only you, those you love, and those that are in the other car or on the roadway. Don't drink and drive. Plan ahead. Use a ride service, designated driver, whatever it takes. Ensure no family has to feel the pain that mine did. Thank you.
Thank you, Sal. We're happy to have the support of Huntington's finest in this campaign, and we are all asking, but no one can enforce the points better than those who will be patrolling our streets looking to keep people safe. I want to say a special thanks to the Suffolk County Police Department, and particularly the 2nd Precinct, as an outstanding partner for all the public safety efforts that we undertake here in the town of Huntington. They will be on the roads patrolling and ensuring that the safety is first here in Huntington. I want to say a special thank you to Deputy Inspector Steve Rowe from the 2nd Precinct and the entire Suffolk County Police Department for your service and collaboration. At this time, I would like to introduce MADD's Regional Director, Paige Carbone. We're honored today to have MADD with us today and to serve as a co-sponsor of this event. Their long-standing advocacy, support, and education on drunk and distracted driving has saved lives. We're proud to have the Regional Director, Paige Carbone, with us to say a few words. Paige?
Thank you. Here we are again this year, and as millions of Americans gear up for Thanksgiving gatherings, MADD is reminding everyone to please plan ahead and make safety a priority. With both holiday travel and impaired driving on the rise, Thanksgiving is one of the busiest and most dangerous times to be on the road. To keep the season joyous, it is essential to arrange for a safe ride home before the festivities begin. Thanksgiving should be a time for families to gather, connect, and to give thanks. And by planning ahead for a safe ride home, you can help protect not only your loved ones, but everyone on the road. Whether it's designating a sober driver, using a ride share, or opting for public transportation, please make the safe choice. It has never been easier. And as we've all said here today, it will save lives. The night before Thanksgiving, often referred to as Blackout Wednesday, has become a popular night for socializing and drinking. But it also comes with a high risk of impaired driving crashes. During Thanksgiving holiday weekend, NHTSA has reported that 174 fatal traffic crashes that involve drivers with a blood alcohol concentration of 0.08 and higher. Please, everyone, do your part and do not drive impaired. MADD would also like to encourage Thanksgiving hosts to play an active role in keeping everyone safe this season. By helping your guests plan a safe way home, offering them a place to stay, hosts can significantly reduce the risk of impaired driving crashes and make the holiday season safe for all. So as we come here today and reflect on our reasons to be thankful, MADD is celebrating the progress made through the HALT drunk driving law, which passed in 2021 and requires anti-drunk driving technology to be installed in all vehicles. Once we have this technology, 10,000 plus lives will be saved every year. A future free of impaired driving crashes is near, and it is rooted in this technology that will stop impaired drivers and impaired driving before it even begins. So today, let's be grateful that we are all here together, spreading this important message of safe roads, and let's all try to enjoy a safe Thanksgiving and a safe holiday season free of impaired and distracted driving. Shortly, you're all going to hear from another victim, a dear friend of mine, Lynn, who is here today to share her story. So thank you for inviting MADD to be part of this once again, to spread this important message, and let's all do our part, everyone. Have a happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you once again to Paige Carbone, the Regional Director for Mothers Against Drunk Driving. At this time, I would also like to introduce a colleague from the town board, Dr. Dave Bernardo, to say a few words.
Good morning. As most of you know, I typically don't take the mic at the press conferences or get in the book here, but today's a special day because Andre and I had a chance to have coffee the other day, and for him to spend just a few minutes telling me about his personal experiences. And I don't need a book or script or a soundbite to imagine what our lives would be like if Andre wasn't standing here with us right now. To imagine what our town would be like. To imagine the family, the beautiful family that Andre has that would never exist. To imagine my life and my family's life without Andre to call, to get advice from, to get a hug from when things are difficult. So as I think this morning about this event, as I think this morning about what life would be like if, and I think how fortunate we are, how much we escaped not having Andre by the skin of our teeth, by just that much. And I think of how many families have an empty seat at the dinner table, have a missed birthday, have a missed graduation because they weren't as lucky as we are to still have Andre with us. So as we get in the cars, as we turn the keys, as we have that drink, we should all think of the one person that would be gone in our lives if the poor decision was made. And remember that people like Andre walk with us by sheer luck. Now we have to make sure it's done by sheer work and thought and careful planning. So as we go forward today, let's remember one person. Let's remember the one Andre in our lives. And let's make sure that there's never again a family that has to have an empty seat at the Thanksgiving table. So thank you all for giving me a few words.
Thank you. And at this time, I would like to call on my colleague, Brooke Lupinacci from the town board.
Thank you. While it's been a very, very long time since I was in capacity as an assistant district attorney, there are images that still haunt me to this day from Dewey crash sites. I'd just like to echo the sentiments of my colleagues. The town of Huntington cares deeply about our residents. Life is about choices. And if there's anything to take away from today's press conferences, please make the right choice and don't drink and drive. Thank you.
Thank you. And at this time, I would like to introduce Lynn Pallmeyer to say a few words.
morning. My name is Lynn Rogers Pohlmeyer, and my sister Karen was killed by a drunk driver on June 26, 2016. It's been 9 years, and not a day goes by that we don't think about that sweet girl. We base our lives on before Karen or after Karen. The heartache doesn't fade, but we've learned how to navigate our lives without her. I've spoken in these past events many times talking about how horrible that day was and how agonizing it was after. Today I'm going to do something a little different. Today I'm going to read a letter from Karen that she wrote from heaven. We were inseparable Irish twins, so I feel I knew her well enough to pen the following letter. To the man who chose to drive while intoxicated, I want to let you know I'm okay and have been looking down on my loved ones. There have been so many events that I've missed out on since I died. My son Kenny's graduation from the police academy and his marriage to Cynthia. My son Robbie's health issues and his recovery becoming a strong, capable, and independent young man. My husband Bill's retirement and his move to Virginia to be with the boys. I only wish I was there to help him through his health issues that he's going through now. My niece Audrey's wedding and helping her find her wedding gown as I promised her when she was just a little girl. My sister Lynn's new life after the trauma of my loss and how she landed on her feet, and the joy of being around my other sister Kristen and the birth of my brother's children. Some of the things I sadly miss is working at St. Francis as a nurse and being able to help those afflicted with health issues. I miss singing karaoke with my friends, using power tools, gardening, decorating. I miss holidays and attempting to cook, even though everyone knew cooking wasn't my strong point. I miss laughing with my friends until we cry. I miss snuggling up with my dogs and cats, and I especially miss traveling with my husband. I miss playing Candy Crush and watching mysteries on TV. I miss having parties and floating in my pool. I miss shopping for things I never really needed. I miss waking up late and texting silly memes to my friends, and I miss coffee. I miss spending time with my crazy family and watching it grow. Every day was an adventure, and I hope I brought joy into their lives. I hear them calling for me, and I'm listening. I hope they don't stop because I'll always be there for them. Most importantly, I don't want my family and friends to be sad. Even though I'm not here physically to experience these milestones with our family and friends, I'm watching. I'm grateful that they think of me so often. I see the ways that they've honored me since I've left, and I don't want them to dwell about that beautiful sunny day and the horrible way it ended when I passed. My legacy of love that I left behind for them is so much more beautiful than my passing. If it hurts them to think of my passing, then that hurt is not the best part of me that I left for them. I want them to hold on to our sweet memories that we shared with one another, and I want them to remember that when they find themselves in a day of tears, just to replace one of those tears with the favorite memory of me. What makes me happiest is that they're living their lives and have accepted not everything will be perfect. It will be enough. They have always been my treasures. We can look back at the things we could have done differently, but we sure can grow and learn from those moments. They know I love them and we'll be together again one day, but not today. Someday this will all make perfect sense when they get to heaven to be with me. Sadly, your actions did not make sense, and I know you could have made better choices. I have so many questions for you, like, did you realize how drunk you were? Or didn't your friends see that you were intoxicated, and why didn't they take your keys away? I would have hoped they cared or been smart enough to say something. I'd also like to know if you even realized that you killed me when your car hit mine, or were you so intoxicated that it didn't even register? Do you still think about me? My hope is one day you can be proactive about what you have learned by sharing how this tragedy has affected you and your family and how it impacted mine. I also hope that you could share what you've learned during your 9 years in jail and how your actions caused so much unnecessary pain. This could have been avoided. My last wish is that you muster the strength to educate others so they can realize what devastation drinking and driving can wreak. Please share your story like I have shared mine. Maybe it will save the life of another undeserving person, and I won't have to welcome another victim here in heaven. With gratitude, Karen.
Thank you, Lynn. That was a beautiful tribute to your sister. So before I close, I just want to have a brief reminder to bars and restaurants. We have plenty of bars and restaurants in the town of Huntington, and we're very happy when they're full and everybody's having a good time in Huntington. But I think this is a good time of year for the owners and operators of these restaurants to offer a refresher training for their staff and their servers and their bartenders to be on the lookout for visibly intoxicated patrons at their establishments and ensure that they're not discontinue service to them, and also make sure they get a ride home. Make sure they are not driving home. That's something that I don't think is stressed enough, that bars and restaurants do have a responsibility, that if there is a visibly intoxicated patron at their restaurant or at their establishment, that it is incumbent on them to ensure that they are not driving home. Anyway, on behalf of the entire town of Huntington, we urge everyone to please not drink and drive. Please stay focused when you are driving. Put the phone in the back seat if you have to. And if you are a passenger, please help the driver by not letting them get distracted. Encourage them to forget about the text and the phone and the radio and opening a pack of gum or getting a cup of coffee opened. These are the types of things, they're small things, but these are the types of things that cause distracted driving accidents all the time. Thank you again to the 2nd Precinct, to the Suffolk County Police Department. Thank you to Mothers Against Drunk Driving. Thank you to Gershow Recycling for providing us with the vehicle here behind us as a reminder to the public passing this busy intersection to not drink and drive. And with that, I want to say there is a sign here. There is a sign to remind everybody not to drink and drive for this holiday season. And with that, I would just wish everybody a safe and happy Thanksgiving and a safe and happy holiday season. Thank you very much, everyone. Look forward to seeing you.
Can Barry talk about if people have help and if they need help and support, where they can go?
I would like to take a minute to introduce Barry Zaks. Barry, come on.
Hi, I'm Barry Zaks. Holidays are supposed to be a time of gratitude and joy. For too many people, they're a time of pain and loss. And Councilman Ferro said it, this is entirely preventable. Alcohol problems affect every family of every person I've ever met. And if people need help with issues related to alcohol or other drugs, this town is very, very full of resources, including Huntington Drug and Alcohol Counseling Center, that intersection of Park and Main. Call us. And in this day and age, there is no reason to get into a car having consumed any amount of alcohol. There's apps, there's awareness, and I encourage everybody to plan in advance so that we can decrease the number of people who have to walk around with pain and loss during a time of gratitude. Thank you.
Thank you, Barry. All right, are there any questions? All right, have a happy and healthy and safe Thanksgiving and holiday season, everyone. Have a great day.
Thank you.